Welcome back to the PBA Cheetah Championship. Championship match awaits. Time now for the Geico Championship recap with Randy Peterson.
All right, MJ. In our opening match, Colombia's Clara Guerrero starts off red hot. Wes Malott having trouble finding the pocket. He gets lined up late. Strike in the 8th, strike in the 9th. He throws that in the fill shot to force Clara to strike on this ball right here. It's a flat 10, and Clara Guerrero's day is over. Then in our last match, to quote LeBron James, it's not 1, it's not 2, not 3, not 4. It was 10 in a row. Wes Malott looking to shoot a perfect game on TV. Oh, vicious ringing 10. He takes down Weber 288 to 242.
Parker Bone III warms up with Wes Malott. Parker's looking at history. He's very aware that he ties Mark Roth with a victory here today.
Yeah, and Parker is awfully tough on this oil pattern. The question is, what does his look like going into the title match? Is he going to have a similar ball reaction than he had throughout the entire competition on Cheetah? Wes Malott looks lined up, obviously coming off of a big game. What kind of reaction does Parker Bone III have? That's the question.
When we return, someone will hoist the PBA Cheetah Championship trophy. Will it be Parker Bone III? Will it be Wes Malott? Find out uninterrupted next. Opening event of PBA World Series of Bowling 5 PBA Cheetah Championship at South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa. We're in the exhibition hall on 2 specially installed lanes in Las Vegas.
Well, we take a look at last year's World Championship, and Parker Bone III, what can I say? It was his day. He bowled magnificently, caught some nice breaks, and took down arguably one of the hottest players at WSOB.
Kimberly Pressler is standing by with the PBA Hall of Famer.
Well, Parker, I'm sure you know by now that Wes Malott is playing strong. He had 10 strikes last match and almost a perfect game. Is that rattling your confidence at all?
No, I'm just glad he got it out of his system. Okay, Wes is averaging a big number against me, but now maybe that'll slow him up a little bit and allow me to come out and actually win a game.
All right, good luck to you today.
Thank you.
Parker's kids, Justin, Brandon, and Sydney, always providing support and sometimes a little help on Extra Frame, the online bowling channel. Budding broadcasters.
Well, Parker referenced what Malott has done to him on television. Malott is 4-0 against Parker Bone on TV, averaging a mere 264.
And Bone elects to start the match as the top seed.
And I think the reason why he did that, MJ, is because he's got a better look on the right lane. After a guy throws the front 10 the game before, it's not Parker trying to make Wes finish on the left lane thinking it's a weakness. There was no weakness. When you shoot 288, it really doesn't matter what lane Wes finishes on.
So Wes Malott coming off the big game. Will the shot hold up? We will find out. Championship match.
You know, it might take another 288 game just to beat Parker, as good as Parker's looked like in practice.
And that knee has an issue again and again. The strike happens, but always a concern.
It might be time for the big fella to take some time off after the World Series and get his leg healthy, because right there, the grimacing, and you could vocally hear the pain that he's having in that knee. Right now, it's probably just running on pure adrenaline that's probably keeping him upright.
Wes Malott 4-0 against Parker all-time on television. And an opening double.
You know, we talk about ball rotation release and how Wes is very close to what Weber does. If you look at the 6-pin, second to the right, and how it goes to the sidewall and cuts the 10 in half, that's when you know your bowling ball is going through the pins the right way.
Parker says starting television matches is always nerve-wracking, even now. But after that first shot, it's all business. All business and a double. All strikes here early in our championship match.
He doesn't look nervous.
Yeah, he said even now, that's that first shot. After that, he's dialed.
His kids are great at making signs, too. Well, you see the form that's withstood the test of time. You see the blue dye from the oil, the rings around his bowling ball. You can see it right there.
Seven.
Ooh. Those rings represent track flare, and it represents a couple of things: how strong the bowling ball is and what the rev rate is like of the player. Parker leaving a flat 7, which you won't see him do a lot of from this angle with that much friction. Parker having a little chat with his tour rep, Chuck Gardner. And you hear what he said, especially that lane. That's why he chose to finish on the right lane. He doesn't like the left lane. He's got to be a little bit more careful on that left lane to get the ball to finish in the flush 1-2 pocket. Now the Beast looking to keep the strike string going.
Drops 10, does Malott. Looking for his 9th career PBA Tour title today. The reigning US Open champion starts with a turkey.
He's all over that rosin bag like a bulldog on a pork chop, too. I'm not sure I've ever seen a guy work a rosin bag that violently, like it owes him money or something.
Eight of 12 strikes for Malott against Guerrero, and 10 of 11 against Weber. Fourth frame.
Well, Wes Malott had a terrible time trying to throw a double through the first 7 frames against Clark Guerrero in match 1. Since then, he's thrown 20 out of 21 strikes.
Bo now up on the right lane, 4th frame, trails by 21. Championship match.
Yeah, that's his good lane. That ball was flush. The guy that's been really good for a really long time. His game, his form, his delivery hasn't changed any. That beautiful arm swing, that great balance and shot making ability. He's probably one of the best shot makers on this tour and has been for a long time.
The blue dye you see on lane indicates where the oil is located. It's the first time the PBA's ever done it. We'll do it for the Pattern Championships here at the World Series. That one cuts around and a split.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes the tendency is when you leave a flat 10 for a right-hander or a flat 7, like Parker did in the 3rd frame, the tendency is to try to give it a little extra. And when you do that on Cheetah and you get it to the dry early, it's going to do this.
Okay.
Parker letting tournament director Kurt Von Kruger know that he's going to tape, so there is no shot clock violation.
The 2, the 4, the 6, and the 10.
He's going to get it over here and throw the 2-pin into the 6-10.
Open frame.
Well, we are in Vegas, and if you're Wes Malott, it's like you're walking through the casino and you just found a couple $1,000s laying on the floor. Christmas coming early for Wes Malott. 4-bagger. He's missed once in a long time.
He's lined up, and the knee didn't affect him that time. Next Sunday at 1 Eastern, join us for the PBA Viper Championship featuring tournament leader Ryan Simonelli, Triple Crown winner Chris Barnes, the British Beefcake Stuart Williams with Jason Belmonte. PBA Viper Championship at the World Series of Bowling.
Another star-studded field. Wes Malott again perfect through 5. Parker Bone the third in big trouble, down 43 halfway through this match. Wes doesn't look like he's letting up anytime soon. He's moved in. He's following the oil breakdown, managing his game brilliantly. That's the first shot that really didn't turn up hard enough to get into the pocket at the right angle to carry that 10, Mike J. Watch this ball, how it kind of labors a little bit in the back part of the lane. You see how soft it came off the edge of the pattern? That's why he left the half 10.
Spare for Wes and a big lead. Randy Parker Bone the third, 27 times previously, has been the top seed in a tournament, and he's 16-11 in those matches. And that record's in jeopardy here.
And Parker's arsenal is using a melee, or as Stuart Williams would call it, a melee. I still think it's called a melee.
6th frame for Bone. Needs to start a string, and that's the best way to do it.
Well, remember what we talked about before this match started, Mike, while the players were warming up. What would Parker's look be like? And right now, it looks like the left lane is suspect. He still has a possible 247. Wes Malott is at 239 right now. This is going to be a telling shot for the rest of this match.
Oh boy, big 4.
And there's the storyline for Parker Bone the third. It's the troubles on the left lane. And this is just an overreaction from the friction on the outside part of the lane for Parker. There's so much friction in the outside part of the lane, when not used properly, results in big ugly splits.
Malott in command, 7th frame, plus 58 on the scorecard, and a strike in the 7th.
Yeah, this title for Wes Malott is pretty much gift wrapped. He already has 8 wins to his credit. This will be title number 9.
Big thanks to our host here at South Point, led by the South Point Director of Bowling Operations, Mike Moniak, PBA member, and the man's phone never stops ringing. Big thanks, South Point, 4th consecutive year as host of the World Series of Bowling.
Mike Moniak is one of the best hosts we have on tour. He's just a great guy and a great host. Thank you very much, Mike, for everything you do for us and the players.
Wes gets out the 6 guns.
You can't help but feel bad for Parker because it's just the one lane, and you know, people talk about adjustments and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. This is one of the greatest players to ever throw a bowling ball down the lane, and he hasn't figured out the left lane.
You don't mind if I start over and just bowl my game on that lane, do you?
Come on.
Somehow I don't think he was going to agree with me on that.
No, buddy, he wasn't. Now somehow find a way, make the adjustment, and throw a strike on this left lane.
Super washout. Whee!
Hard to believe his reaction would be that bad on that lane. Gets it to the left too quick. It goes through the face, makes a little bit of a move off of that, and doesn't even hit the head pin. And throw a little salt on the wound. Yeah, we feel for you, Parker. But we'll see you again.
A very rare opportunity to celebrate a PBA Tour victory with a victory lap. And Wes will do that here in the 9th and 10th.
There's his trophy right there, right underneath the scoreboard.
Spins the 4 around. Wes Millat will earn his 9th career PBA Tour title, Randy, and that's getting into be Hall of Fame territory.
Yeah, one win away from probably going into the Hall. You know, I think Wes was very fortunate. I think he'll say the same thing, getting through the first match. And we've seen it a lot out here on this tour where, you know, a player just barely squeaks by and then all of a sudden gets lined up and it's lights out. The big guy needs to go home now and enjoy this victory with his family and take care of that knee.
2009 PBA Player of the Year, the current and reigning US Open champion, building a Hall of Fame resume, about to earn his 9th PBA Tour title. Congratulations, Wes Millat, PBA Cheetah champion.
That's what it's about.
Phil Ball left
Thanks,
for the first champion here at World Series of Bowling 5.
It seems like just a couple of years ago, this guy only had like 3 titles. A little self-affirmation, never hurts.
PBA Cheetah champion, Wes Millat.
Thank you, Rotogrip. Rotogrip, thank you. Master, Dexter, Vice, all of you guys, thank you very much. Thank you to my wife back home, taking care of our kids, going through what she's going through. I love you, baby. Love you.
And we will get a chance to chat with our first World Series of Bowling champion when we return to South Point for continuing coverage of the World Series of Bowling 5. The Cheetah Championship has been determined here at South Point in Las Vegas. The winner is Wes Millat, 243-169 over Parker Bone III. Our champion is standing by with Kimberly Pressler.
Wes, you struggled in the first match, and then you just came out swinging 17 strikes in 2 matches. How did you do it?
Well, I wasn't counting. I didn't know how many that was, but I knew it was starting to add up. You know, I mainly got to thank my wife at home. She's going through some things physically, and she's still able to suck it up and take care of our kids at home to allow me to come out here and do this and support my family. I thank Rotogrip for, you know, making a totally awesome ball with a totally defiant to allow me to do what I did today. It's unbelievable to be able to put myself in here for the 9th time and keep it going. I think I'm back.
And we wish your wife all the very best. Now let's talk real quick about that first match going into the second match. What changed for you?
Nothing really changed. You know, I think I had kind of a monkey on my back for bowling against the ladies. And, you know, I had to suck it up there. The left lane definitely wasn't my favorite lane. Sucked it up, made good shots, and just put the pressure on her. And you know, she made a good shot as well. She put it in play, and that's all she can ask. I kind of feel sorry that she had to take the brunt end of that. She's a great friend, lives in the same town with me. So it's just unbelievable to be here.
Well, congratulations to Wes Millat, PBA Cheetah champion.
Our next PBA Tour telecast is next Sunday at 1 Eastern. Join us for the PBA Viper Championship presented by PBA Bowling Challenge. Opening event of the World Series of Bowling saw the historic performance of Clara Guerrero. Wes Malott reigned supreme as the champion. For Kimberly Pressler and Randy Peterson, this is Mike Jakubowski. Get out and throw the ball this week. Enjoy the great sport of bowling at your local bowling center.